Hi, everyone.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing great.
Awesome.
Hello. Hello.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Great, thank you.
Let me turn my volume up. Okay. I just made you co-host, Lindsay. I don't know if it changed anything on your side. Hey, everyone.
I have a quick question.
Sure.
Can we use slides or is that not encouraged?
No slides.
Got it. Okay.
Just 3 minutes, like tell your story, no slides. So let me just make sure I'm pronouncing everyone's name right. Adamika.
It's Adamika.
Adamika. Okay.
And I can stay in the order we originally were in. I originally had a.
Well, I already changed everything, so
Okay.
don't worry.
Didn't
going
need
with-
to. Okay.
It's okay. I
I didn't hear back, so I rearranged and did some sort of like massive rejiggering. So I'm free to do
I'm
whatever.
sorry. Well, I changed everything, so we're good with you taking first order. Okay. And I just realized I didn't reprint that one. The new form. And print on both sides. Okay. Sorry, guys. You might hear my printer. So Lillian, Latresa, Olivia, Adamika. Got it. Okay, great. Okay, so Lillian, let's fix your background a little bit. Can you elevate your computer on something or pull the screen down? Okay, and maybe you're on mute.
Yeah, can you,
There you go.
could you,
Okay.
is it
That's
okay now?
definitely better. Can you move? Sorry, it's really annoying. Can you move your screen a little bit so I can't see the opening to your doorway?
Oh, let me close the doorway. I can do that.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Okay,
Oh.
that's better.
Oh, yeah, I can close the doorway.
Okay, that's good. Looks like everyone else is good, I think. But we'll wait on Krista. Krista is better at that than me. Okay. So the order is going to be okay, that didn't print. The order is going to be Adamika, then it will be Lillian, then it will be Jasmine, Olivia, and then Latresa. Okay. And so basically we're going to go through a few housekeeping items in the beginning, like introductions, all of that. And then Krista will go over the open mic rules, which will include that everyone has 3 minutes. I'm going to have a timer set on the screen. Hopefully it works. You'll have 3 minutes or up to 3 minutes to tell your story. Okay, let's see. Yeah, okay.
And will there be a timer on visual screen or do we just need to
Yeah,
keep our
so I'm going
time?
to show you right now what it's going to look like. So it will be 3 minutes. Do you see it? The timer?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what the timer is going to look like. And you'll have up to 3 minutes to tell your story. As far as feedback goes, we are going to ask people during your speech, they can give like emoji thumbs up or whatever in the comment section. They can also write questions or comments in the comments box, or they can wait till you're done and raise their virtual hand and we'll call on them and put them on screen to share their story. And then, so the first 2 people will go, then we'll have a quick poll or question for the audience, and then we'll do the other 3, and then we'll close out the show. So that's really the order of everything for tonight. Any questions for me?
The format is still what you sent us in the email, just going through like the first 45. So just follow that format.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And Krista will also explain the rubric to everyone so they understand why you're telling your story this way. So it won't be like, they're not going to comment on, you know, you telling your story a certain way, because they'll know from the rubric that that's the way we directed it to go. So the only person I think we're still missing is, hey, Krista. So we're still missing Jasmine. I'm going to email her.
Hey, Michelle.
Hey.
Hey, everybody. Dr.
Hi.
Gordon, Lindsay. Oh, I talked to you earlier. Okay. We have, Miss Hewitt, Miss Phillips, and Miss Arthur. How y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, good, good. Y'all have a good day?
Yes, thank you for asking.
Good, excellent. Good to hear. Had to make a cup of coffee. It's probably not a good idea. I don't know. What do you think, Lindsay, this time of day? Think it's gonna cause me problems? Can I call you like at 3 in the morning and be like, hey, Lindsay,
That
what's
sounds
up?
great. I'd love to chit chat.
Oh.
Coffee's my drug of choice. So I'm all for a cup of coffee at any time. And I'm originally from Seattle.
Oh,
So
okay.
I feel like it's totally appropriate to have any time of the day or night.
I appreciate you. I appreciate that support. I will call you at 3 a.m. Hey,
Yeah.
you want to fly a kite? Like, but yeah, I'm excited. Oh my God, you guys been practicing? Come on.
Yes. But
I feel like I do this pitch every day of my life, all the
I was
time.
gonna say, I think
This is all I do is give 3 minutes of who I am on it. Not on elevators, but anywhere else.
Gotcha. Okay, very good. Looking forward to it. Okay, I think I have some notes here I need to grab.
Same. Okay, so do we have Jasmine's number? Oh, she's in the waiting room. Perfect. Hey, Jasmine.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Are you able to come on? There we go. Got it. Awesome. Hi. So just checking, it's Jasmine, not Jasmine.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay.
Jasmine is more fancy,
I don't know, just checking. And it's Adamika.
Yeah. Hey, Jasmine. Good to see you.
Hello.
Glad you're here.
Lindsay. Don't bring anyone in yet, please. Sorry. Because all the candidates are on right now. And then once we put the slide on and the music, then we can bring everyone in. Okay, so Jasmine, just wanted to give you a little update on how it's gonna go. At 6:10, which is in 1 minute, we're gonna put a slideshow up. We're gonna start music. We'll let people come on. Then we'll introduce everyone. You are going to be third. I know the list says second, but we brought Adamika to first because originally she had to leave early. So you'll be third. And we'll go through like some housekeeping items. And then you will, when it's your turn, you will see a clock, a timer. It'll look like this. You'll have a 3-minute countdown. So you can look at that. That's your 3 minutes that you have to tell your story. And then we will ask for feedback from the audience. And then we will close out the show. Still, if there's no questions, we're gonna put up the first slide and put on the music. And I will go in and spotlight you when it's your turn so that only you will be on screen for everybody to watch. Okay, let's see, Lindsay, if this works.
Can everybody see my screen? Is that sharing okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Looks
Thank
great.
you.
I think it's just still us in here, but the slide still shows me as third, and I don't want to interrupt. Like, I'd rather just go where the slide shows me. So just tell me what you want me to do. I don't want to make it appear off.
Sorry. We're just not going to do the music because we didn't admit anyone. Hi, everyone. Just letting some people come in and join. While we're waiting, if you want to tell us in the comment section where you're from and the company that you represent, and if you have it handy, you can also put in your LinkedIn so that we can chat and network with each other. Okay. Lindsay. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So, welcome to the first open mic brand storytelling event. As you see, we have 5 wonderful candidates who are coming on to tell their story. So this is our first open mic, but we're hoping to have a lot more of these. This is a chance for social entrepreneurs who did not make it into the business accelerator or are part of our community and reached through the Empowered to Serve platform, got this email about this opportunity to share their story. And thank you also to the audience members who came on to provide feedback. This is a great opportunity for you to see what this is like, and hopefully next time you will be one of the storytellers. And in just a few minutes, we'll talk about what the rubric was for the storytellers before they actually tell their story, so you know what the order was that they were given to present. Next slide. Okay, great. So here is just a little bit about the AHA's mission and why we're here today. Every person deserves the opportunity to live a full and healthier life. And that's why for decades, the association has worked to dismantle barriers to health, including lack of access to health services, housing, fresh foods, clean water, and safe spaces for physical activity. Lack of access largely impacts Black, Hispanic, and Indigenous people, as well as those living in rural communities. These populations have disproportionate higher rates of cardiovascular disease, stroke, diabetes, and other chronic conditions. We are leading the way to access to healthier lives and communities through our entrepreneurial focus programs that invest in those with community-led solutions, such as those you're going to listen to today. These programs include the Empowered to Serve Business Accelerator, a grant and training program for health impact-focused entrepreneurs, the Social Impact Fund, which is providing capital access to enterprises that address social determinants of health, and the Innovation Academy, which is a free self-paced learning platform for all levels of health-focused entrepreneurs. So just a few introductions for tonight. We have a special guest who will be part of our audience, which will be helping to provide feedback tonight. Lindsay, yeah. Next slide. Slide 4. Perfect. Okay. So Courtney Couch is the founder and CBO of Celux Creative, which is a brand-focused company which represents top brands like NFL, Adidas, and Marvel. She's passionate about making connections, building brands, and strengthening communities. So hopefully you will get some feedback from her because she's amazing. We also have probably some other great people on the call as well. Hopefully, everybody will be able to get some feedback on their stories tonight. I know they will. And we also have our Krista Chambers Price, which is the founder and CEO of EntreSlam. She is also our amazing trainer for the Empowered to Serve Business Accelerator. Krista is a brand and marketing strategist. Her mission is to help founders flex and own their space. And Krista will now take over to talk a little bit about the structure of tonight's event and also the way we asked our storytellers to work on their brand story for you tonight.
Am I up, Michelle? Nice to see everyone. I hope everyone had a great day today. Can just want to make sure everybody can hear me clearly. Just throw a hands up and say, yes, I hear you. Yes, love it. You know, one of the things that Michelle and I have been really excited about, which was to see how we can not just learn from each other, but look at the work that we're doing with this Innovation Academy to unlock big ideas or big solutions to big problems that are happening in communities across this country. And with our 5 storytellers that you're going to meet today, they get the opportunity to share with you not just necessarily a pitch that they're probably used to saying from day to day. I think I heard that backstage from before we got started, but hopefully you're going to hear a story where you get to learn more about them and why they're in particularly you can uniquely position to lead these big ideas to solve these big problems. A little bit more about me. I've been thankfully and blessedly with the American Heart Association, and in particular with this accelerator since the beginning. Before I started working with the team at the AHA, my time was spent 25 plus years in the branding marketing space. Before then, I was an FBI analyst looking at both criminal and civil fingerprints. And before then, I was a combat telecommunications veteran in the Army. So you have a blend of experience and a blend of history that's bringing in the right tools to help guide innovators to unlock and unearth what makes them special and unique to lead. And it's a pleasure to be with all of you tonight. Now, I want to give you a sense of what the rules are. We do have some rules, don't worry, it's lightweight. We want this to be an interactive experience as much as possible. So if you have something you'd like to contribute, especially during the point of the show when you're providing feedback to our storytellers, we have multiple ways in which you can do that. The first is you can raise your hand. So at the bottom of your screen, you'll see a series of icons. So feel free to raise your hand if you want to have something to say, or if you just want to say hello to everyone, you can use that. You can throw up an emoji to, we have a bunch of little fun emojis that are installed at the bottom of the screen. Use that. And of course, you have your chat window. So don't be shy. We want to hear from all of you. Now, I want to give you a sense of, oh, and there's also the virtual hand you can raise as well. But we want to give you a sense of how our storytellers prepared themselves for tonight. They were given the challenge to come up with a story that's only 3 minutes long, but it captures 3 things. One, it captures what they do. It captures the problem that they're trying to solve, but it also captures, and you should be able to hear, and let's be real, you can feel why they are uniquely positioned to lead the charge for solving these problems. So that's what you're going to be hearing from them. And we would love to hear, and I'm sure they would want to hear your feedback on how that's coming across, because there's a difference between pitching and storytelling. Pitching focuses on what you do, and storytelling focuses on who you are. And it's difficult for many entrepreneurs to allow that vulnerable side to come out. And we hope we hear some of that tonight. So any questions for me before we get going? Feel free. No? Okay, listen, I'm going to drop a riddle in there for everyone to solve in the chat room or the chat box. All right, there it is. Michelle threw that in, so, but it's harmless, but have fun with that riddle, you guys. All right, Michelle, shall we kick things off? It's Sarah.
Yeah, sorry, was unpinning you. So
Okay.
Okay, so our first storyteller tonight is Adamika. She is from Health Tech for Medicaid. And welcome, Adamika. Let me just spotlight you. And you can unmute yourself.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, and esteemed colleagues and fellow advocates in the room, in the realm of healthcare, where lives hang in the balance, I stand before you as a torchbearer of hope, driven by the urgent need for change. My name is Adamika Arthur, and I'm known nationally as Madam Medicaid, a moniker that's anchored on my participation in the first policy to expand Medicaid in the state of California, that was later used in the national expansion under the ACA. I have more than 25 years of service as a public health executive and public servant, an epidemiologist, a hospital administrator for over 15 years, and now I get the privilege to lead Health Tech for Medicaid, an organization breathing life into the promise of health equity. If you could imagine a world where health isn't just a privilege, but a birthright, where every soul, irrespective of background and circumstance, has the access to quality care, this vision is what propels us at Health Tech for Medicaid. We confront a reality where Medicaid recipients, our neighbors, our family members, face an unjust chasm in healthcare accessibility. I want you to grasp the urgency of this cause. Medicaid recipients comprise over 91.4 million people, and they're ensnared in the web of inequity. This isn't merely a statistic, although I love those as an epidemiologist, but without the largest healthcare insurance program, there is unmet needs countless, it really impacts countless lives. Our journey at Health Tech for Medicaid is embarking on a transformational journey and mission to untangle this web and to redefine what healthcare means for these individuals. Health Tech for Medicaid is what we call a mission-based market enabler. We are radically changing the pace of innovation in Medicaid, improving quality and access to care for people who need it the most. And our purpose is to further improve quality, equity, and access to care for Medicaid recipients, their families, and otherwise our community. We are a convener, so we bring together payers, providers, patients, policymakers, and innovators, and advocates like yourself to a communal table, collaborating to forge innovative solutions that solve real problems faced by Medicaid recipients and the networks that support them. Our solution is really an anthem of innovation. We're orchestrating a symphony of technology, partnerships, and advocacy, all harmonizing to amplify the voices of the underserved. We do that with many initiatives like value-based care, policy advocacy, and supporting marginalized and underrepresented founders. We sculpt pathways where none have existed before. We're not building bridges, but we're crafting lifelines to care. That's really the heartbeat of who we are. The 1 in 4 American people on Medicaid and their caregivers. We're a collection of dreamers, healers, and rebels with a cause. United by our unwavering commitment, we are rewriting the script of healthcare. And this is where you can come together. This is the heart and soul of who Health Tech for Medicaid is, and we stand at this crossroads. I want to invite you to join us, not as a spectator, but as an architect for change. Your belief, your voice, your support holds the power to really unshackle the millions of chains of inequality in our healthcare system. And we want to work with you to reimagine what's possible and to forge a legacy of compassionate care across the country. So my plea is, every heartbeat matters, every life deserves care. We are not just an organization, we're a movement, a chorus of resilience, and we echo the promise of a healthier tomorrow. So we look forward to you joining us on this journey. Thank you.
Wonderful, Adamika, wonderful. All right, can everyone give her a virtual hand clap? Yes, yes. Hands go up, thumbs up, because it takes guts to get out there and share in front of a group of strangers, your baby, right? So I would like to, one, Adamika, thank you so much. And one of the first things that stood out for me was, okay, I'm Madam Medicare, right? Which means not only are you the one to lead, but you're the one to show everybody else how to get it done, right? Okay, so a little bit of feedback. I thought the beginning and the end were the strongest. When you started talking about we are the lifeline of care, not only was the language and everything was punchier in terms of being of clarity, your energy actually picked up at the end, which I thought was interesting, because everything in the middle, which was, okay, there's percentages here and there's numbers here, all of which, and again, they're important, but they can be debated. And as a storyteller, you want to keep everybody in your tent, right? You want to own every eyeball, every ear, and you don't want anyone in their heads debating like, oh, is it actually 94 million, or could it be, I think it's actually 2 million. You potentially could have lost the group. But at the end, I think you pulled, at least for me, you pulled us back in. Really strong ending. And the line of we're crafting a lifeline of care. Fascinating, because then it makes you wonder, okay, well, what does that look like? Okay, and then build from there, right? Very powerful. So thank you, Adamika. Anyone else want to share feedback? Any feedback? We all family today, right? It's all smooth, it's all love. Don't be shy.
And I love feedback too. So don't feel like you're going to hurt my feelings or any of that. Like, this is only going to make our mission better. And we are really doing this on behalf of some of the most vulnerable people in this country. So any feedback is great feedback.
I love your energy. When you started off, I really love the energy. Keep that energy up.
Excellent. Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, if you think about something later on, just go ahead and drop it in the chat area, okay?
Krista,
Yes.
this is Pamela. How are you?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great. I thought the energy was high as well. And there was a statement that you made that I loved. It said the symphony of something. What was it that you said?
Sorry, I'm trying to go off of mute. I believe, hold on, I'm sorry. I'm also trying to manage children who are not even supposed to be in the room. It's like,
I understand.
Hold
That's
on one
okay.
second. One
That's
second.
real life.
Yeah.
That's a social determinant of health. But go ahead.
Good one, Pam.
And we'll also be recording, so everyone can hear their stories back.
I love the mom look.
Oh,
There's
I
something
saw
about the
that.
mom look that's
Yes.
so powerful. Everybody's laughing. Everybody know the mom look. Yeah,
Woosah.
woosah
Yes.
is right. But I love whatever it was that you said about symphony of whatever it was something that I thought could be utilized across different platforms. And I also think that being able to focus in on those populations that are at greatest risk is really important, which is Medicaid population, and being able to amplify that. But then also, how do you incorporate their voice in your story? So bringing that forward, I think it's an opportunity.
I really appreciate that, Pamela. It is Symphony of Change, which is what I was
That's
trying to say.
it.
For managing
Symphony of change.
young children. Sorry about that.
No, that's all. It's
I will
fine.
say 56% of the births in this country are Medicaid births, and 50% of our kids in this country are Medicaid kids. So there we go.
Excellent.
Actually, that too is a powerful stat. But that symphony of change and the voice of those that represent these populations, because your expertise in that area, how do you bring that forward as a catalyst for you developing your business model to address those voices and what they're saying as a collective?
Thank
And
you.
In the interest of time, we're gonna start to move on, but Adamika, you do have a question from Susan in the chat if you want to answer her about when you mentioned join us, she wants to know how. And if you have any other questions or feedback for Adamika, you can put them in the chat and we'll make sure that they get a response. Awesome. All right. So our next storyteller is Lillian Hewitt. She is with Black Women's Heart Health. Sorry, there we go. With Black Women's Heart Health. And I will spotlight her so she can tell her story. If you want to just come off mute and talk for a second, then it's, no.
I should be off mute.
There we go. All right, awesome. Okay. I'm going to spotlight you if I can. I don't know. It's not letting me. Lindsay, can you do it?
I sure can try.
Okay. Okay, I'm able to do it now. All right, I'm going to spotlight you and go for it.
Hello, my name is Lillian Hewitt. I am the visionary founder of Black Women Heart Health, LLC. Our company is located in Birmingham, Alabama. We are dedicated to addressing the alarming disparity of heart health in the Black community, especially Black women. Heart disease has become the leading cause of death in this community. It is essential to solve this problem and to save lives and to improve the lives of Black women. We have developed a groundbreaking app to help with this issue. It is designed to empower Black women to take change and take charge of their heart health. This app offers personalized health insights and resources that is tailored to their needs and challenges. By creating a supportive community, we aim to foster knowledge sharing and a proactive approach to heart health. For me, this is personal because I experienced heart disease due to stress and clogged artery despite living a healthy lifestyle. This wake-up call fueled my passion for change and drove me to create this organization. This is not just a company, but it is a change of mission. And I am committed to breaking barriers, spreading awareness, and providing a lifeline for Black women to empower them to take control of their lives so they can live a fulfilling life. My vision is to rewrite the narrative of heart health in Black women, ensuring a brighter future for the generation to come. By supporting the Black Women Heart Health LLC, you will be helping to uplift, to empower, and to save lives in this community. Together, we can make a difference to create a healthier world for all. Thank you for your support in our journey to make a lasting impact on the heart health of Black women everywhere. Thank you.
Okay, I was practically standing up, Ms. Lillian. Beautiful delivery, powerful delivery. Messaging was on point. In fact, you came in under 3 minutes, so beautiful job there. I also want to share with you that your pacing as far as the storytelling aspect of it was clear, and it almost feels like, and I would just put out there, like, like you're a natural storyteller, right? And I think that if there's any feedback I'd like to share with you is You briefly touched on the fact that how you've been impacted by heart disease, right? But it would be a way for others and the rest of the audience to connect with you deeper, Lillian, by being specific with heart disease developed at this point, either at this point in my life, and here is the impact that it's had, right? But with these simple changes, or with this type of approach and our solution, I was able to turn it around. And this is not just impacting me, this is impacting thousands and millions of other Black women. But the stress piece was really interesting because that's a factor that we don't talk about enough. And if that could be pulled out more in the narrative, I think that's also another point of feedback to provide for you. But in terms of delivery, your ability to own the space, even though we're all virtual, you owned the room, I think, in terms of delivery. Beautiful job. Beautiful job. Would anyone else?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here. Courtney.
Hi, ladies.
Good to see
Happy Tuesday. I just wanted to give my feedback to say that I really enjoyed your pace. It resonated with the audience, and you used a lot of keywords about stress and journey, community, Black women. It made me think of my mother, my auntie, my grandma. It was very much so engaging, and you started to think about your loved ones, what you can do, and then how you can help. And I think the stress factor made you think about, how much people go through and women of color go through on a daily basis while you're trying to be strong. Stress and strong just like coincide with me, so it made everyone think about those things, no matter what the age is, no matter what your profession, but it hit home, and it made me want to learn more and figure out how to support at the same time. So thank you for sharing that. And I thought it was very touching and on point.
Thank you.
Adamika?
I was just gonna say, it was such a beautiful set of storytelling, but also it resonated with like you saying you were from the South and your background is so like warm and enveloping at the same time. So I kind of felt like I was like in your living room with you as you were sharing this story. And that is a really special and beautiful quality. So great job.
I think we have time for one more. If anyone wants to provide any other feedback. Okay, Michelle?
Awesome. So we're going to take a break for just a few seconds from our storytellers and give you guys a chance to get a taste of a little bit of what we do in the Innovation Academy and the learning opportunities that you could have by joining. So if you want to give your answer in the chat, we're going to put up an image. All right, so tell us how many tigers you see. I see 4, 8, 13, 8, 6. So all over the place. Another 6. Krista?
Yes, are we revealing the answer?
We have another 2 8s, a 9.
Okay. Let's wait till someone calls uncle.
So clearly at 11, we're kind of all over the place. So 12, Olivia is now changing her answer. 13, 21,
Olivia.
7. So Krista, let's reveal.
All right, let's just reveal. There are 16 tigers. Okay, so here's the lesson in all of this. And this is tied to, really understanding as we're building our story and understanding who we're representing, as well as the solutions that we want to deliver. And it's real easy, right, to look at the problems that we're trying to solve, the ones that are on the surface, right? And they're the easiest to connect with. And also you can argue that these are the easiest ones, or easiest to see problems that your competitors are also trying to solve. So it's really difficult for you to stand out within a market and be competitive. And one of the things that we like to impart upon all of our candidates that work with us is for them to look beyond where everyone else is, right? If you look at these different shapes, it's real easy to miss, but that is where your competitive advantage can exist, right? And it's harder to train your eye and to train your ear to see them, because there's just a lot of noise out there in the markets. And it's takes more discipline to look beyond what everyone else is saying. So we hope you enjoyed this exercise, and give yourself the challenge of looking at the markets and the communities you're trying to find or have an impact, and understand what else is beyond the easier surface problem that is visible to everyone. Go deeper, look deeper for the problems to really connect and align what you're providing as a solution. So I hope everyone had fun with that. And thanks for playing.
Thanks, Krista.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, on to the show. Jasmine Westbrook from Eat Well Exchange will be our next storyteller. All right.
All right. So my name is Jasmine Westbrooks, and I am the co-founder, dietitian, and director of Eat Well Exchange. Now I have a question for you. What is your favorite food? And as you think about that, let me introduce you to Eat Well Exchange. We are a 501c3 organization that teaches communities how to eat healthy with a focus on culture. We do this by providing cooking demonstrations, culinary cooking classes, nutrition classes, and hosting a variety of community nutrition events to increase access to healthy food. We are ending the generational cycle of negative health outcomes in low-income communities through nutrition education and access. African Americans are at higher risk for developing preventable medical conditions, and 1 in 3 African Americans are diagnosed with prediabetes or heart disease. So look to your left and look to your right, and if 3 people are in the room, one of you has either one of these preventable conditions. This statistic alone is why it is so essential to solve this problem. Without proper culturally relevant education and a combination of food access initiatives, sustainable needs cannot be met. So the solution is to provide culture-focused nutrition interventions while also breaking the stigma around cultural foods as an unhealthy option. Our programs implemented will include the Prevent Diabetes and Heart Disease Culinary Program, which is a combination of nutrition education and cooking classes, and also our free farmers market for the community or for underserved communities. Our team is dedicated to solving this problem because it's personal to us and a lived experience. We cannot take back the past, but we can improve the future. Again, my name is Jasmine Westbrooks, and as the co-founder of Eat Well Exchange, I remember growing up in Memphis, Tennessee, and normalizing type 2 diabetes, cancer, and heart disease, dominating my family members due to lack of access to quality, healthy foods, and also lack of nutrition education. I would think to myself, I guess this is just a family disease. Unfortunately, most of them passed away, and they themselves did not have that access to programs like Eat Well Exchange is currently introducing to communities of color. Now, back to that question, what is your favorite food? And the reason that I ask this question is because oftentimes, when you're diagnosed with certain medical conditions that could have been prevented through nutrition education, we're told to give up the foods that we love and abandon our culture. And oftentimes too, we also know that food is not just connected for health, but it's also connected to memories, it's our identity, it includes our family. And so as a result of participating in Eat Well Exchange programs, over 70% have decreased their A1C and cholesterol levels and reduced their weight on an average of 2 to 32 pounds. Through our collaborative approaches and innovative approaches, Eat Well Exchange is making a positive impact on the health and lives of countless individuals and families. Thank you so much for your time.
Yay, Jasmine, good job. Really good job. And you know what's interesting, and the program related, content of the story, loved it, got it. But you have a distinct advantage that you could have leveraged today. And you could have leveraged the 5 senses, right? As soon as you said, what's your favorite food? Girl, I was with you. I'm like, oh, I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about that. And so when you ask an audience the question, then pulling them back in with, okay, even though I'm asking you the question, I'm actually going to redirect you by saying, I'm going to put up collard greens, and the smell, and the smell of garlic, or whatever. But the point is that you have, and that's classic in storytelling as well, which is to use and lean in on what is universal for all of us. Like when someone starts talking about lemons, my mouth starts to water, right? And at the end, you would pull in, okay, we're talking about family, and we're talking about memories, right? But we also want to extend that experience by ensuring that we're healthy. So I love the delivery. I do think that I think you're a natural storyteller as well. There was something holding you back. I'm like, as soon as you started talking about family, then Jasmine started to come out, like, oh, there she go. There she is, right? But then talking about the program, you kind of went back into a box a little bit. So let Jasmine come out, let the experience come out, tap into all those 5 senses and get the mouths watering of your entire audience. So then you can let them know, like, okay, by the way, that mashed potato, yeah, it's a hot mess, and here's why. But here's how we can fix it, right? So, good job. Nice work.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anyone else like to share? Any hands up?
There's some positive feedback to check out in the chat as well, Jasmine.
Okay, thank you.
I just like to say, I love the way you made the problem clear, and then you came back with a solution that was equally as clear, and it was easy. You brought it back to you. It made you think of memories and your family, and you hit on all the cylinders to make it a great story. I felt like I was in church. Turn to your neighbor. This is what happened. Like, no, it was great. So I definitely appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good point, Courtney. You're right. I was here in church a little bit, and I was like, yeah, you're right. And there's someone not to turn, right?
Yeah.
That's how it was. Okay, good. So, okay, good job. All right, Michelle, back to you, my friend.
Keeping the ball rolling. All right. Our next storyteller is Olivia Phillips from Matter. Let me just spotlight you really quick and take down the slide. All right, Olivia, floor is yours.
So hi, everybody. My name is Olivia Phillips. I am the manager of equity initiatives at Matter. We're headquartered in Chicago, and I focus on all of our equity initiatives. So as we know, there are so many complex challenges like those in healthcare that can't be solved in silos. So everything that we do at Matter is designed to create opportunities for authentic collaboration between people and organizations who share our commitment to improving life and lives. With that being said, Matter was founded on the thesis that collaboration is the best way to fuel innovation in healthcare. And the ways in which that I contribute to that is through making sure that the companies and the organizations that we work with address access and affordability and quality of care in the following areas of healthcare as it relates, or I'm sorry, in the following areas of health equity as it relates to the work that we do. So that includes aging, empowering older adults to live longer and healthier lives, environmental and climate change concerns, so addressing those inequities that are caused by rapid climate change and environmental factors, LGBTQ plus health, addressing queer community health needs, also racial inequities, definitely improving health and health outcomes for people of color, and women's health, bridging the gender health gap and addressing the health needs of women and women's plus, as we like to say. And so with that being said, we really here at Matter support startup incubation, community connection, and corporate innovation through all the work that we do to make sure that we're fostering community and accelerating healthcare and innovation. And I'm sorry that was so brief. I just had a change in schedule right now. So I just wanted to make sure that I shared. So thank you all so much. And that's all.
All right, Olivia. Okay, I'm gonna put you on the spot, my friend. Okay, I got a clear sense of what Matter does. I would love to get a sense of why are you working with them? Why are you in it?
I'm still here. I just had to transfer to phone. So if you could
okay.
that would be great. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries. No worries at all. So because the word collaboration, came up and it just really resonated with me, and all the ways in which Matter makes that happen, right? Amazing. But I would like to get a sense of your role, right? And because you could have chosen to work anywhere, but there's something about this organization that resonated with you to say you chose them, right? And you are joining with them. You're joining with them to lift and push their mission. So I'm just curious, what is it about this this organization that where your talent is being brought to the table and is critical to their success, I'm sure.
Were you asking, or were you just putting that out there?
I'm asking, yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So for me, health equity and just healthcare in general is both personal and a professional passion. Personally, I have had my own battles in the healthcare system. I've seen family members have the same, and especially I've seen the difference in outcomes when you have access to equitable care and access to quality care and when you don't. And so I was really looking for an organization that kind of pushed the envelope on that, because also when you think about healthcare and healthcare delivery, I also look at the solutions and I guess you could say the medical care and services that are offered. And with that being said, Matter really focuses on innovative and technological solutions to advance healthcare. And that really resonated with me because I have been on the receiving side as well as seeing others. And so I think that is really what drew me to this, as well as on the other hand, I focus on making sure that the landscape, I focus on our DEI initiative. So the landscape is also representative of the communities that we are looking to serve, which is definitely those vulnerable, underrepresented groups. And so that is where I come in, and to make sure that we're driving the work that we are doing in terms of collaboration with organizations and supporting founders really drives those efforts forward.
Boom, boom, Olivia. Okay, y'all, wasn't that awesome? Okay, that right there, what you just described, was like, okay, I'm going to join Olivia too, right? So beautiful job there. And because it's real easy to, build a story on the features, right? The features of what the company does, or the feature of what the organization delivers. And what you just described, Olivia, just right off the cuff, and it sounded natural and smooth and inviting. That's you. That's your secret sauce coming to the surface, and you're letting the whole world see it. So I would use that more often, my friend, because that was very effective. Anyone else?
I was just gonna say, it's really hard when it's like, in this case, I'm representing something that is my baby, my third child, literally.
Yeah.
It's hard when you're representing an organization that, you know, and so there's a delicate balance between, we were all here for you. We wanted to hear more about who you were and why you chose this role versus who Matter is and why they matter. So why do you matter, and why is your Black Girl Magic at Matter going to be the way in which things are going to change? So that's the only thing I would give to you, and always open and available to help you in any way, Olivia.
Yeah. I just love how you opened up like that, Olivia. So rock that. Keep rocking that. Okay. I think we're okay. Yes.
Yep.
Who's next? Are we done, Michelle?
We have one more.
Oh, yay. How's
So
everybody doing?
definitely not least.
Okay.
So our next storyteller is, well, I didn't put doctor because I didn't know until I looked at her screen right now, but Dr. Latricia Gordon. She is from Encamping Angels, LLC.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Okay, sorry. I am Dr. Latricia Gordon, or Doc G, known in my community of Encamping Angels. We're located in Flint, Michigan. Encamping Angels is developed out. I was an Army veteran, and I served during Desert Storm. I've been in Mercy Care for years. And out in my community also involved faith-based, work a lot with faith-based organizations. And when emergency hits, the gap is a lot of people do not know how to respond in an emergency situation. So Encamping Angels involved health literacy, making research relatable in our brown and Black community, providing resources necessary so when emergency takes place, you're more likely to how to handle the situation. So that is the gap of the knowledge gap of learning how to respond. The solution to this is providing those educations, hands-on, knowing the why, putting the why together with the how. So Encamping Angels in Michigan, we've been hard hit with the water crisis and also with COVID in the brown and Black community. So we also have a lot of health disparities. So Encamping Angel comes in, provide health literacy training, making carefully designed training programs to engage the community, make it tailored to our audience. And so also Encamping Angels embodies everyone can be a lifesaver or guardian in the community. Also, I am a disabled veteran, so excuse me for being a little nervous doing this tape. But just Encamping Angels is a thing that I'm very passionate about. I had an aunt that passed away on the radio station. She was out doing community work. And when she passed out, she ended up having a stroke. No one knew what to do or then went cardiac arrest. No station knew to start CPR or even hands-on. So time matters. And in the faith-based community, we always say that we pray, but my slogan is pray, but do not delay. It's okay to put your faith in it, but also know the necessary action that you need to take in an emergency situation. So with Encamping Angels, we bring that to the community. We bring our passion, and also we don't want that to happen to another family member. So we provide CPR training, health literacy on blood pressure checks, Be Fast that deals with stroke education. So we put all the social determinants of health, all the 5 disparities, diabetes, CHF, into this training. So we train people how to take your blood pressure. And then if your blood pressure is high, we also train you, okay, these are steps that you need to follow. Because during a lot of the social events that we had, we would do blood pressure training. And out of 100 people, approximately like 90 people in the community did not know that they potentially had hypertension. And also, so we take that information. How does this affect you? Also diabetes. How does this affect you? Hypertension. And then if someone starts choking or someone's bleeding, and also where's the AED? So we go into these organizations and we design, we're going to pick out some health champions. And so who's comfortable doing this? So we provide the education of the AED training, hands-on CPR, we certify CPR. We also do advanced life support, PALS for health professionals. So that's basically a little adjust of what we do, but that's my passion behind it, because I want to make the community aware of how to provide emergency services. If you are caught in that situation, how do you respond? Will you be able, when the time comes, will you be able to handle emergency? When it calls, as they call on you, will you be able to get the AED? Will you be able to do hands-on CPR? That's the question. And so that's the gap that we come in. The solution is to provide this education in the community so that when it's time, if they're called on, they will be prepared and not caught off guard. So we go through drills. So this putting hands-on and visual learning into play. But that's my passion and that's my why. I won't ramble on. So basically it's just important. We know the statistic that 90% of people die outside the hospital when they have a cardiac arrest, and that knowing how to respond improves survival rate. So thank you for listening to my pitch. And that'll be all. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Doc G. Yes, and hello from Ann Arbor, Michigan. So we like right there. And thank you for your service as well, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you had me at pray but do not delay.
Yes.
Love that.
And we know it will in our community. They'll, you get some ginger ale, you get some Big Sass, or I'm gonna pray. I got this headache. This is the worst headache in my life. I'm gonna pray and I'm gonna lay down. And how many people haven't woken up? So we emphasize that in our community. That's the slogan is pray but do not delay.
I love that, and it's really and everything in that the second half, or even the third lower half of your story was most powerful and most effective. And I would also say, don't ever apologize. If you get a little, tongue-tied, don't apologize. Take a deep breath and keep it moving, okay? Because what you're doing is powerful, and also I'm going to say it's scalable too. So you have a potential solution that can impact communities across this country. And because of your background and because of your history, what's really powerful about your delivery and what you're doing right now is, for me, I don't know about everybody else, but I felt the urgency of why this is important for all of us to know and all of us to have access to that knowledge and to that training. And that's a very interesting delivery point that I want to make sure that you lean in on going forward, because that was powerful. Because we hear many founders who will talk about, okay, we're doing a CPR training, but this is probably the first time I've heard that delivered in a way where I just wanted to get up off my desk and say, you know what, I need to go do some training right now. Okay, so beautiful job. Look at that lower third of your story. Maybe you can bring that up to the top. Don't ever apologize. If you get tongue-tied, don't stop. Just keep going, take a deep breath and keep going. But wonderful, good job. Adamika.
I was just going to say, if you started with that personal story about your aunt, it starts to really hit home first. And I think you did a really great job. I know it's hard to do what I call God's work in our communities. I think the other thing that painted a visual picture for me was the water crisis, then COVID, now today, like giving people like really clear pieces of like what harm has been attacking the community in which you work in. The only piece of criticism I would say is it was hard for me to understand like the what. I mean, I got to the training piece, but like the what. So I would love to learn more and see how I can be supportive. It was really great though.
Excellent. Thank you, Adamika. Melinda, hello.
Hello, everyone. Dr. Gordon, I'm originally from Kalamazoo, so not far from you. But I'm in Southern California right now, living. I really could resonate with you. I loved your speech. In fact, I loved everyone. All of you guys did an amazing job. Lillian and Jasmine, I can really relate because I'm in the health field as well. And Dr. Gordon, I have a lot of respect for what you do. I tell you, you are probably working way more than you need to be. And I understand it, because when you have a passion for something, And when you're trying to help someone, you know, you go overboard, and I can imagine. I'm an Air Force veteran, and you know, I'm in the health, trying to educate people on their health, because, you know, 20 years ago when I was diagnosed with a terminal illness, it was like, nope, nope, that's it. And there was nowhere to, you know, look and nowhere to get any help. And so part of what I do is because I don't want anyone to suffer like that. So I love your mission. I love what you're doing. I love the passion, and it started off a little slow for me because I was trying to figure out, like, okay, you know, trying to connect the dots. But you was wheeling it in, girl. You was wheeling it in, you know, like a fish, right? And I was like, okay, I got that, right? And Jasmine, also, I wanted to say for you, you know, I knew it was a setup when you said, you know, what kind of foods do you like? I said, okay, these buddies, you know, so, but at Mika, Lillian, I mean, wonderful, wonderful job. I look forward to working, supporting all of you guys, you know, definitely in some way, some form. But educating people on their health is so important. The right foods, helping them, teaching them, you know, how to be better or how to learn different things is so important. So thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Melinda. Anyone else?
I think we're at time, Krista,
Definitely.
but I know that everyone is, I mean, it's clear everyone is so passionate about helping each other, and we're all in this together. I know that's like a pastime COVID thing, but really everyone is here to support each other as entrepreneurs, as strong women. Yes. And so we're really appreciative for even the people who came on that didn't make it as storytellers. They came on just to be a part of this group and this team of people who came together for each other, because we want everyone to succeed, because that will help our communities get to where we need to be. So we really appreciate everyone being here, and we hope that if you have any feedback for growth for us and our next event, please let us know, and have a wonderful night.
Thank you immensely.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great opportunity. Thanks for this opportunity. Have a great night.